At the very core of Christianity is the call to love our neighbors as ourselves and to sacrifice in service to others. Sister Mary Teresa Boyace, Mother Teresa, embodied this Christian ethic, dedicating her life to care for those who the world rejected, and for this lifelong commitment to model her work after the life of Christ. She is deemed a saint in the Roman Catholic Church. Agnes Gonia Boyace was born August 26, 1910, in Skopje, North Macedonia. By the age of 12, she had decided to commit herself to a religious life. At 18, she joined the Sisters of Loreto at Loreto Abbey in Rathfarnham, Ireland. There, she learned English, a language that would help her become a missionary in India. Just a few months later, in January 1929, she arrived in India, and by May, she began serving as a teacher at St. Teresa's School in Darjeeling. Sister Mary Teresa took her initial religious vows in May 1931, choosing the name Teresa after the patron saint of missionaries. Final vows followed 6 years later while she was teaching in Entally in eastern Calcutta. After serving at the Loreto Convent School for nearly 20 years, Mary Teresa was finally appointed headmistress in 1944. It would be just a short time later that Teresa first recognized the call within a call that was beckoning her. While traveling to an annual religious retreat in 1946, Teresa had an epiphany that would change not just herself, but the world. In her own words, she felt a deep calling, an undeniable mandate to leave the convent and help the poor while living among them. It was an order. To fail would have been to break the faith. This was the moment Sister Teresa became Mother Teresa. Her intense and consuming missionary work for the poor began in 1948 and would endure for the rest of her life. After becoming an Indian citizen, Mother Teresa labored to help the poor and dispossessed in Calcutta and around the world. She received basic medical training so she could tend directly to those suffering in Calcutta's slums. She founded a school to teach the poor and feed the hungry while trusting in God's providence to provide for her new ministry. Her drive and dedication did not go unnoticed. Other young women renounced worldly vanity and joined her, forming what became the Missionaries of Charity, which, in Mother Teresa's own words, would care for the hungry, the naked, the homeless, the crippled, the blind, the lepers, all those people who feel unwanted, unloved, uncared for throughout society, people who have become a burden to the society and are shunned by everyone. Mother Teresa spent nearly 5 decades managing missionaries and opening orphanages and hospices for those with leprosy. She took care of the most vulnerable in society and was given the nickname the Saint of the Gutters. Her work posed a direct challenge to the rigid Indian caste system that treated millions as untouchables. During the siege of Beirut in 1982, Mother Teresa rescued 37 children who were trapped in a mental hospital located on the front lines. Her heroism and devotion to humanitarian efforts were recognized in 1979 with that year's Nobel Peace Prize. She promptly donated the $192,000 award to the poor in India. 6 years later, President Ronald Reagan awarded Mother Teresa the Presidential Medal of Freedom. By the 1990s, Mother Teresa operated more than 500 missions in more than 100 countries. God called Mother Teresa home on September 5, 1997, at the age of 87, after years of suffering from heart, lung, and kidney issues. Within 2 years, Pope John Paul II began the official process of beatification to make Mother Teresa a saint in the Roman Catholic Church. In 2016, Pope Francis canonized her as the Blessed Mother Teresa of Calcutta. Mother Teresa ministered to millions of suffering souls and inspired many millions more with her compassion and Christian devotion. She summed up her own commitment to the love and sacrifice of Christ by observing, "When you know how much God is in love with you, then you can only live your life radiating that love."